All right, so Three Ninjas Podcast, Domino, Hess Jones, Bobby. So this is our first interview of the new year. We finally got that bitch called 2020. So, wanted to start the year off with some good energy. And I was in one of these clubhouse rooms maybe like 3, 4 weeks ago. It was a room about gaming or something like that. And I think our guest was the one that created the room. Hopped in the room, sounded like it was some good talk in there, after the room was over. Hit him up, wanted to get some more information on what he was about and what he was talking about in that room, because everybody's not on Clubhouse and it seemed like a good conversation. So, as of right now, on the line, we have DJ, producer, and manager. We have Anthony Pisano. Anthony, how you doing, man?
Oh, guys, thanks for having me.
Glad you could be here, man. You're in LA, right?
Yeah.
How you doing with the lockdown and everything, man? How's quarantine been treating you?
Man, you know what? Like, honestly, I've taken advantage of the downtime. I think it's safe to say at this point, I've really kind of, just been grinding on my laptop and just been like a keyboard warrior the last, like, almost a year now.
Mm.
Before this, I was touring like crazy, and the pause actually, you know, put a lot of different things into perspective for me and helped me kind of shift focus and really like the gaming side of things really took off and stuff like that to where I was at a point in my life where it was a good pause.
Mm. Yeah, I think we all need to sit our ass down and kind of
Yeah,
rethink everything and like reevaluate.
but yeah, it's honestly though like LA is so whack right now.
Everything is closed.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it's just like I'm from the East Coast, like I grew up in New Jersey and then I was in Miami for a long time. I lived in Miami for 8 years where I went to college and stuff. So I was
Mm.
back on the East Coast for like a month and a half between Jersey and Miami. And it's like obviously like Florida's like crazy popping right now, but it's like just being able to eat dinner like at a restaurant is really the only difference. But
Mm.
I'm literally just like at my studio or at my place. So that's pretty much my life right now.
Have you ever thought about going back to Florida? Just to, I guess, be normal again, be outside again, maybe pick up some spots DJing or something.
I think about it every day, bro.
I ain't left yet.
I mean, my lease is up in September, so I don't know. We'll see how things go there. California is just a poorly run state right now, unfortunately. So,
Well, shit, you ain't been to fucking Connecticut or like New York or something like that because they got people eating outside in the cold.
yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see how this year turns out.
Mm.
I love LA. I've been here for about 7.5 years, but obviously with since pandemic it's completely changed. So,
Mm. Got you. Now, like I said at the beginning, I was in one of these clubhouse rooms and it was about gaming, and I found out that you run a company called Game Over Talent. Now, what exactly is Game Over Talent?
so Game Over Talent is a talent management and marketing agency. So, we manage some big gamers. We also are about to potentially sign a couple artists as well coming up. And then we do a lot of marketing campaigns for the major labels, marketing music in the gaming space and in the influencer
Mm.
marketing space. And then we do
Mm.
a lot of brand activations with a lot of big brands, using a lot of major gaming influencers for the most part.
Mm. Okay. Now, when did you start this company? This started sometime last year, correct? I mean, well, not last year, but
Um,
2019.
I got into the gaming space in 2017 initially,
Mm.
and my company officially started in 2019.
Okay. All right. Now, why did you decide to make a gaming company for, I guess, esports?
Um, so I basically in 2017 I linked up with FaZe Blaze, who's a member of FaZe Clan. I was at the time where I was coming out of my record deal as a DJ. I was
Mm.
signed to Sony Records, and then he I linked up with him. He was like starting to do music, and he had a massive following. And I saw like his drive and his work ethic, and I was like, this could be dope. Like us bringing the worlds together, music and gaming. Um, so yeah, I just started like basically executive producing his music, and he started dropping music on his YouTube channel, started going viral. So like a lot of those tactics that we use from marketing music in the gaming space, I then ended up, fast forward to now, using the campaigns for now the major labels, and like doing, a lot of marketing campaigns for like, NBA YoungBoy, Grizzly, me, a lot of top rappers last year. Now moving into this year.
Okay. Now you went to school for marketing, correct?
Yeah, I went to school for marketing and music.
Mm-hmm. Now, which one gives you, I guess, like a bigger thrill? Is it the marketing aspect, or is it making the music, or like producing and DJing the music?
So I've been doing the DJ thing. I've been a DJ for like 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So it came to the point for me where I've been around the world. I've played like literally almost everywhere. Did the whole festival thing, and getting into this gaming space, and then being the company that bridges the gap between music and gaming. Like, I'm finding that excitement that I used to find when I was like early in my DJ career. So, coming up with like the best strategies to like help artists break, getting artists exposure in like like a new thriving market, like gaming. It's been like really exciting, honestly. It's like it's exciting time to be in like the digital space, especially gaming.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you a gamer, or are you just, you know?
No, I do game. I've actually been a gamer like my whole life. I mean, I had the first PlayStation, PS2. I was playing Atari back in. I had that as a kid. I had Nintendo. Like I've been gaming. And then there was a time where I was like, I went to college and kind of wasn't gaming as much. But now, I play Call of Duty heavy, and FIFA. Those are my two games that I play the most. Call of Duty is number one. But yeah, I still game. I got the PS5. I've been rocking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, it seems like gaming, well, the industry of gaming has been ramped up in the last maybe 2 or 3 years or so, where I guess people that necessarily aren't gamers, or that we didn't initially know as gamers, are getting into the space and just making like millions and millions of dollars. Like you got like your Travis Scotts, you got your Drake playing what was he playing? Fortnite with Ninja on Twitch. Now, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about, I guess, this sudden boom of, I guess, musicians? I don't want to say exploiting the space, but I guess, coming into the space now. Like, how you feel about all of these, like this influx of musicians coming in now?
The thing is, and the most important thing about it is that you can't fake it. And the gaming fans read that right away. So if it's not genuine, you're probably not going to resonate in the space. Just because, like, and there's a lot of people like this. Like, there's a lot of companies too that everyone's trying to get into the gaming space right now. They're all new to it. It's like you really need to have roots in it, or you need to be working with people that have like deep roots in it for it to resonate well. For an artist like Travis Scott, it makes sense. For an artist that's never gamed before, and then you put him into situations where, like, for example, like we've been shooting like original content series with big rappers and some of my clients. And the better episodes are the ones that are actually gamers, So it's not going to, it's not going to go over as well as you think, just like putting yourself in that position, like we've done Twitch, my company's created the Twitch listening party, where we basically bring, we've done one with NLE Choppa. We've done one with like Made in Tokyo.
Mm.
The NLE Choppa one, he's playing, he's playing Call of Duty, and it shows with the fans. Like they just love seeing guys that are actually in the space and constantly working in the space, playing in the space.
Mm.
The results and the crossover goes a long way.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So that's musicians going into gaming. Now, what do you think about gamers going into music? Like FaZe Blaze starting to do music.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like when it comes to gamers doing music, I mean, there's pros and cons to it.
Right.
Blaze was lucky to have some early success. Basically coming out with a record that really it went viral on Spotify. But like you said, the gaming fans are pretty ruthless when it comes to it. So if they don't like it, they will show you in the comments.
Right. Because I don't necessarily think because he has a huge audience in the streaming world that'll translate over to the music world, and I hope that's not what he thinks.
Well, we've seen the adoption of his fans starting to take him more serious as an artist. At first they were like, we just want to see gaming content. We just want to see gaming content. But
yeah.
Then you have like these organic situations happening from his Twitch stream. Like, T Grizzly's like a homie of ours, and we've done a lot of stuff with T, from marketing his project in the gaming world to, Blaze really helped his stream early on. And like T was like, yo, we should do a record together, Blaze. Yeah. And it's like, now we're about to drop the video actually this week, but like, he's one of those rare commodities in the space where like he's pretty much the only one that's doing music like that. There's like, it's organically kind of flowing right now. Where, a lot of these big artists are fucking with his music, and as he puts out more and more music, his fans are becoming more and more believers. So it's just development. It's taking some time with him.
Okay.
But now, it's like we got major labels reaching out to do single deals. So it's like obviously something's working, somewhat.
Yeah, something's clicking.
Yeah.
All right. Now, who's on the roster of Game Over Talent? Like, who do you have as clients?
So I have a partnership with FaZe Clan.
Okay.
Like I tap into a lot of those artists there, or those gamers there for a bunch of different deals. But as far as who's on the roster, exclusively is FaZe Blaze, and we just signed this kid Rowdy Rogan.
Yeah, the 6-year-old.
6-year-old gamer. He's been super dope to work with, him and his dad, his whole family really. But yeah, we're in talks with a bunch of different gamers. But our focus is to kind of keep a small boutique agency when it comes to gamers. We're also like talking to this rapper right now that we're in paperwork with. So I'm trying to keep the talent management side like pretty small, making sure that we're really utilizing the talent in all our avenues that we're working in. We also run Rap Nation, the YouTube channel. So, it's like we're trying to like bring some gaming elements to that YouTube channel. So it's, for what media outlets that we're kind of running and working with here, like we're only trying to like sign exclusive talent to the avenues that we could really excel them in,
Okay.
So that's like kind of like where we're at. We're obviously going to bring on more talent this year, but we're working on a lot of like tech projects pretty much right now. Like a video game that we've just teamed up with that's going to be dropping this year. So we're kind of like shifting focus as a company to more on like bigger picture plays, like that have to do with like owning more IP than actually like focusing on fully managing talent.
Okay. All right. Now, I want to ask real quick about the 6-year-old Rowdy Rogan, right?
Yeah.
What kind of games does he play? Because I got a 5-year-old that played number Roblox and Minecraft. What is this little motherfucker playing?
He's like a monster at Call of Duty. That's his game. He plays.
Get the fuck out.
Oh, that's the kid. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like he nice.
Yeah. He's nice.
Yeah, he's nice. He's super nice, actually.
Like it's not his dad playing.
Nah, it's him. It's him.
Niggas just being cute on camera saying quotes and shit.
It's him. It's all him. His dad has literally been like coaching him since he was really young. But like his dad's also like plays with him too each stream. In each stream. So, you know, his dad does a really good balance of like still keeping him as a 6-year-old, but also like putting time to the gaming stuff and the streaming stuff, you know, a certain amount of hours each week. But it's not number one priority for them. But like because he's nice and because of his age, it's really translating in the community big time, you know? You know, like his numbers are growing monthly. He was in the Phase 5 competition, made the top 20 out of 200,000 gamers. And the only reason why he did everything perfect, the only reason why he didn't make Phase is strictly, my opinion, because of his age. And there's a lot of challenges, especially for us as management, to have a 6-year-old because one, brands don't allow working with kids like under maybe 13. So we're coming up with cool strategies for him to like work with brands that are into like his age group and his demographic. And then obviously like there's challenges with different platforms with their age restrictions, stuff like that. But he's definitely like a bright young star in the space for sure.
Okay. Question I want to ask is, I don't know how to frame this in a nice way, but does any part of that seem expletive? Because, you know, I don't want, because, you know, you got your YouTube kids, you got your Ryan making $20 million, you know, a year type thing. You got this kid, you know, doing what he does in video games, but does that kind of rob them of their youth when you make games that are supposed to be fun as a job and so young?
Well, like I said, you know, the gaming comes last for Rowdy. Like his dad does a great job. Like the kid's on the football team, he plays basketball, he's out playing with his friends. Like the gaming stuff, they do it very minimal, honestly. Like he's only streaming a few days a week. You know, it's not like Blaze where he's streaming 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
They've just been getting more and more exposure, and it's a family thing. It's like the mom's doing the thumbnails on YouTube, the sister's involved, like the dad's like kind of running point on everything, and they're just like having a lot of fun doing it. Like it's actually like really cool to see the family dynamic and how like everyone's involved in it, you know. But they're still like a normal family, and he's still doing like all the normal kid activities that any 6-year-old would be doing normally. He just like, you know, he's just kind of more entrenched in the gaming world a lot sooner than a lot of kids his age would ever be. But it's like from him like playing with like the FaZe kids and like Blaze taking him under his wing, it's like this kid's like super woke for a 6-year-old. Like he's literally, you know, he's able to like have certain conversations that he's learning from playing with these kids that he really probably wouldn't know not being in the space. But I think it does, like, there's obviously concerns, you know, like everyone brings up as far as his age and playing these types of games. But there's also a level of intelligence that he is getting from playing these games that puts him a little bit ahead of the curve. So, you know, it's like you just got to balance it right as a parent, I feel like.
Okay. All right, so I want to back up for a bit now. You say you're from Jersey, right? Now, what part of Jersey are you from?
So I grew up in a town called Washington Township. It's like South Jersey, right outside of Philly, right by Cherry Hill area. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but
no.
My parents were in the casino business, so I grew up by like Atlantic City area. So it's like closer to Philly.
Okay, and so how was it growing up in Jersey for you?
Growing up in Jersey for me, man, that was cool. You know, it's nothing too exciting there, you know. Like the summers are on the beaches and the winters are cold and rainy.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah.
Not as cold as Connecticut, but you know,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, it's not too much off.
not too much off. Yeah, I mean, it was cool, bro. Honestly, like I grew up in a suburb, and you know, it was
Okay.
cool. I mean, it wasn't that exciting, but you know, I made the best of it.
Yeah, it was so exciting that she went to California. You just left.
Well, I went to Miami. My dad moved to Florida, and then I basically followed him. I went down there to visit him, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm definitely going to college here."
Mhm.
Shit.
So now how'd you get into DJing?
So I started DJing because a really close family friend of mine, him and his dad were both DJs. So when I was going to Florida, I would be like, we would just be in his garage, just kind of like on the turntables, fucking around. Um, and just like kind of really like just fell in love with it and like knew that music was a passion. And just, you know, my junior year of high school, I started. And then, you know, by the time I was in college, I started throwing parties. And,
Mm,
you know, next thing you know, I'm resident at Live at like 21 years old,
mm.
which was like at the time, Live was like probably the best club in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
At that time, you know, it was like 10 years ago, but
Mm.
maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, it was, you know, it's like I just kind of like found DJing and made the most of it. Yeah.
Mm. Now, do you remember your first gig?
My first gig, yeah, was at the Hard Rock Casino down there. It was at a sports bar. I
Like your
barely,
first gig ever?
well, my first gig ever was like, I was doing like graduation parties in high school.
Mm.
Yeah, like awesome, you know, random shit.
And then your first big gig was the Hard Rock.
Yeah, yeah. I barely even knew how to DJ then. I think I blew out their system once.
I remember my boy did that one time, and he was just nervous. He was sweating and shit. I was like, "Oh, well, we're going to the club."
What else you gonna do?
Yeah, it was something like that. I was definitely sweating at some point of the night.
Okay.
But it's funny because I actually was resident at Mohegan Sun for like last 45 years.
Oh shit!
Oh, really?
But,
Did you do those? What was them summer? What's the name parties? Them summer pool
The
parties?
pool parties,
Was you
yeah.
doing those?
I would do the club Avalon.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 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 All right. So now that you're in the gaming space, you're trying to fuse, I guess, the music in the gaming space. What do you actually see coming that the rest of the world doesn't see when it comes to gaming?
Um, I mean, you know, last year was like a big influx of, you know, us starting to see the intersection of music and gaming. And
Mm,
now talking to companies like Epic, and I just talked to Minecraft this past week, and you know, it's like those immersive experiences are like really going to start to like take shape even bigger. You know,
mm,
like Travis Scott's, activations and stuff, like they're making it more accessible and easier to do now. So I
mm,
think there's just going to be like for artists, I think it's going to be a part of their rollouts and a part of their, of them just being in the space and touching that audience. You know, like Travis Scott is like a prime example of like taking a superstar and taking a built-in audience of like 40 million and then like putting that together, and it's like insane. You know, so
mm.
Yeah.
you're going to start to see, just a lot more integration with music and gaming. And I think it's going to eventually be so tied together that it's just going to be a part of like the entire music business. These labels are, literally about to be tech companies.
Mm,
Going to be, my prediction is that like companies like Tencent in Asia are like the model of where all these major labels are going.
mm.
Warner just bought into Roblox for 500 M's.
Damn.
Like, um, Sony, Epic, and Sony bought into to Epic Games for like 250 M's, like, and this is the beginning of it.
Mm.
So as these companies get more invested into the space, like I said, it's only going to get more and more intertwined. And that's why, with Game Over, it's like I've been trying to educate these labels for like a year and a half about Twitch. And then I was all of a sudden I got busy as shit because every label's like, we want to be on Twitch. We want to be in the gaming space. We can't tour, So
Right.
I was fortunate to be in that position to have my business really, really up and going, to be that partner for these labels to get their artists into the gaming world.
Okay. Now, how do you find the talent for Game Over? Is it just like pure, like, find some kid on YouTube, on Twitch? Is it tryouts? Like what?
Like I said, we don't have like too many exclusive talent signed to us right now. Me and Blaze are like, we're basically like brothers at this point. We've been so much together and we've worked so closely together that now it's at the point where, we're just working on so many different projects together, to where like he brought Rowdy to the table. He's like, yo, we should really talk to, I've been playing with this kid, Rowdy Rogan. And it's like, we're really kind of like Jay-Z, like he's like Blaze is like the Jay-Z to Rock Nation, as you could kind of compare it. That's kind of the goal here.
Okay.
We kind of like run the talent through Blaze to kind of get the cosign if we're going to work with them or not. We work with a lot of different gamers for activations, which, we work with, that we find online and build rapport. A lot of these kids are not worth doing business with. They're so young and they have no they have no idea what responsibility is.
Mm.
Try to like do like major business with some of these kids, it's impossible. So it's like they sleep they play games all night, they sleep all day. So that's why the talent management side of things is cool, but like I'm not trying to like deal with the talent bullshit either. That's why like the agency side and working on these tech projects in this space is really my main focus right now. Like in this game that we've been working on. And again, still bridging the gap between music and gaming is what our overall goal is as a company. So like, having this game come out this year, getting rappers to be in the game, that's kind of like really what my focus is this year. And then also like building with the major labels still. But like back to your question, like, Blaze really has to co-sign the talent for us to sign them.
Okay. Now, because of the pandemic and everyone being stuck in the house, like you said, there's just this influx of like, musicians needing something to do, whether it's just something fun to do or another income or whatever the case may be. Now, do you think when the pandemic is over and they're actually able to go outside and tour, that is going to mess up something with the cohesion of the music in the gaming?
No, I think, I've been saying this prior to the pandemic because we've been on Twitch for so long that I was always telling people, especially in the music game, like if you invest that time into Twitch and you build that audience, and it's a grind, don't get me wrong, like you can't go onto Twitch and just stream once a week or once a month and think you're going to build an audience. Like Blaze grinds 8 hours a day. He's in a different bracket because he has a following going into Twitch, and he is a gamer, and he's been a gamer for a long time. So it's easier for him to build on there, but it's still very difficult even for him, But going into it, I know DJs now that I told back in the beginning of the pandemic, get on Twitch. Now they're making a few grand a month that they didn't have income before. So when they go back out, these artists or DJs or whatever music, whatever part of the music business that you're in, or what type of artist or producer you are, whatever, you could actually make more money than you ever had before being on tour, live streaming from tour, and growing your audience both at home and on the road. So I think like utilizing Twitch into the actual live space is really where we're going to see a lot of artists taking advantage of.
Okay. Yeah, because I watch maybe like a few musicians that are on Twitch right now. Like I watch TPain a lot, and I know the only reason he's streaming is because you can't fucking tour, you can't do nothing. But it's just the fact that when outside opens back up, I don't know how many of these channels are gonna go like just off the grid. Just I don't care about Twitch no more. I'm back on the road making money. How I know how to make money. I don't gotta sit on a video game all day.
Again, it's like how many people. It's really for the super fans, right? How many people are on the road or are not able to go to your shows? But if you can monetize that audience, and they're not even there, but they're down to tune in and watch your show live, that's really where I think it needs to be.
Yeah,
example of it, he's actually a dope gamer. And he is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the genuineness of him doing both, and really on the gamer shit, like heavy. So, when TPain, and he's not at the point where he's touring crazy, so I guarantee you, like T-Pain's making at least 20, 30 bands a month off of his Twitch.
Yeah, just about. Everybody, every time I watch it, somebody donating bits and subscribers and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know where his numbers are. I don't know what his CCVs are, which is concurrent viewership, which is his average amount of viewers per stream. But like I'm telling you, he's probably doing better than most artists on Twitch right now. But like that's the thing. It's like people don't understand really how much money can be made on that platform. And I think the smart ones are going to take it on the road.
Now, do you think Versus would benefit from being on Twitch?
Absolutely. They'd actually make way more money than doing it on IG Live. There's no way to monetize. They have sponsors though, but what they don't realize is that, and I'm sure they do realize it, but I don't know. They have a deal with Apple. Who knows how much Apple's paying for that? Right. So it doesn't matter. It does seem like the last one I saw, the Keisha Cole and Ashanti one, it was actually like it looked really well. You saw the sponsors, the Ciroc, the Doritos in the background.
Yeah.
They're obviously getting their bread right now, but doing it on Twitch would be, I think, would be the most profitable. So.
Okay. All right. So now, I guess my final thing is, you started to, this company sprouted up in 2019. You've been in the gaming space for a few years now. What do you expect, I guess, the company being like 3 years from now? Do you see it, as like a thing that gamers know all around the world? Do you expect, way more clients, like over 10 or 20 or whatever? Like, what do you expect for Game Over Talent in like 3 years or so?
Yeah, that's a good question. I see us being more in the IP side of things, like putting out our own video games. I see us having more clients, rappers, artists, and gamers. And I also see us being like a really big player in the gaming entertainment space. So whether it's Pusha T that we're repping, getting them in the space, or working with the major labels on a closer basis, and then obviously putting out these video games that is really like gaming and artist driven, music driven, and just like working in I got some plays in the crypto space that we're trying to figure out some plays there, the gaming and blockchain side of things. Tech really, I've been in the tech game for about 4 years. I've been in gaming for about 4 years. So, all the worlds I've really been in heavy are all kind of coming together this year, which means in gaming. So, that's kind of the goal for the next 3 to 5 years is to build on the talent side exclusively. Like I said, the tech side of things, and really breaking our own artists, I think, too. If we find a rapper, we break them through the gaming space, team up with a major, kind of like another goal of ours for this year. So it's really just continuously blending the worlds of music and gaming as big as we can.
Okay. Now you talked about creating games. Is there anybody you know that you could put a bug in their ear to bring back Def Jam Fight for New York? I say, is there anybody that you can talk to bring back Def Jam Fight for New York?
I mean, yeah, I can actually.
Can you fucking do that for me, please?
Please.
I mean, it has to be called something different, but yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you call it. Just put the shit out. Need it.
I mean, what was it? It was just like what, rappers fighting each other?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. This shit had an interesting storyline. You know, they had DMX fighting fucking Lil Flip and shit like that. It was interesting.
Yeah, I might be able to help you with this one, bro. This is actually something. This is in the repertoire for Game Over right here. So
please, man, I need it, and then I need like
talks are already being had right now. So it's not with Def Jam, but it can very well be with a different label.
Hey, you could do Atlantic Fight for New York, whatever the fuck you want to do. Arista Fight for New York, whatever you want. Motown Fight for New York. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, bro.
What year did this come out?
2008. No, 2000. It was PlayStation 2 era, definitely. And then they came back out for PSP like in 06 or 07, something like that. But it's a really old game. Like if you look online and go to like the like some of these forums.
04.
PlayStation 2.
04.
Yeah.
GameCube.
Yeah, that too.
This is OG.
Telling you, man, make it work.
Well, you never played it before?
Make it happen, please.
You never played it before?
I've never played it, honestly.
Oh my god, that is what? You a DJ, man?
You don't know what the fuck you missing, man. Just look up some YouTube videos. They might look a little grainy and fucked up, but I'm telling you, it's like one of the best games ever made. And it's just like the most wayward shit where you got, you know, Method Man and Redman fighting fucking who?
Nori and Joe Budden and
yeah, it's just like weird shit. It's just like rappers. Yeah, David Banner and shit like that.
Fat Joe.
Yeah, Fat. Don't bring up Fat Joe again.
Busta Rhymes.
I hate them niggas in that game. Just in that game, I hate them niggas.
Yeah.
This is exactly what needs to be back. I mean, listen, like we were talking internally, and like obviously I shouldn't be saying this, but like we were talking about doing the same shit, like Street Fighter meets hip hop, and this is basically that, you know. So.
Yeah.
So y'all heard this shit, right? So if y'all see this game in the next 4 years or so, and he involved in it, I did that. I didn't do that, but you know, I put the word out there, and then he manifested in some other shit that we
did. He was just certified the idea, really.
Yo, are y'all hiring? It's like, you know, I'm trying to get out of the East Coast too. It's kind of cold over here.
On the East Coast, you never know. We'll see what happens.
Well, we will see. So, Anthony, man, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate you, brother. Let everybody know where they can find you if you want them to find you. Where can they find Game Over Talent online, the social medias, you know, MySpace, Black Planet, all that?
Yeah, you can get me on Instagram at Pisano, PIS.
What?
GameOverTalent.com is our website. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Spots. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It's been dope chatting with you guys.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it, man.
I'm sure I'll see you guys on Clubhouse or something soon.
Yeah, I'll probably pop on one of them rooms. And, you know, I won't be talking on stage, but you know, I'll just be listening. I'll be there somewhere.
I'm not cool enough for Clubhouse.
Hit this man, bro. Come on.
He don't talk to nobody.
No, I don't talk about it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
You see, he sat this whole interview and ain't say shit. But I'm gonna get you out your shell, Hash. One of these days.
He said nope.
All right, yeah, we'll talk to you, man.
All right, guys. You have a good one.
All right, you too.
man.